By now, spending time together had become the most natural thing in the world. Jonathan was no longer just part of Adaeze's thoughts. He had become part of her routine. The morning phone calls that started her day before anything else. The random visits she had stopped pretending to be surprised by. The late-night conversations that somehow never felt long enough. Little by little, without either of them planning it, they had slipped into each other's lives completely. And for the first time in years, Adaeze looked genuinely happy. Not the polite smile people were used to seeing from her. Real happiness, the kind that reached her eyes before she even realized she was smiling. One evening, Jonathan took her to a rooftop restaurant overlooking the Lagos skyline. Candles on the table, city lights stretching endlessly below them, and somewhere between the food and the laughter, Adaeze forgot to be guarded. She just existed, freely, fully, without performing happiness for anyone. The next day at work, she sat at her desk staring at her screen. A message from Jonathan appeared on her phone. She tried not to smile. She failed completely. Her colleague glanced over with a knowing look. Adaeze quickly looked away, but the smile refused to leave her face. Later that week, while they were together in his kitchen, she was attempting to cook something complicated when Jonathan crept up behind her playfully. She spun around with a wooden spoon raised in defense, and they both burst into laughter so loud it filled every corner of the room. For a moment, Adaeze stood there watching him laugh, and something quiet settled inside her chest. This was what she had been missing her entire life. Not luxury, not status, not achievement. This. One afternoon, while shopping together inside a luxury mall, Jonathan pulled her closer jokingly after she almost walked past him without noticing. She laughed so freely that even she was surprised by the sound of it, because for most of her life, nobody had ever made her feel this light. Without even realizing it, Jonathan had slowly become the safest place she had ever known. One evening after dinner, they sat together inside his car beneath the Lagos city lights. The city hummed quietly around them. Jonathan looked at her for a few seconds without saying anything. Then he smiled softly. "You know you're different now, right?" Adaeze looked at him with confusion. He smiled again. "You smile all the time now." For a moment, Adaeze said nothing. She just looked at him. And somewhere in the quiet of that car, she felt something shift inside her chest, because deep down she knew he was right. And maybe that was what scared her the most. Not falling in love with Jonathan, but realizing she had never been this happy before. And happiness, for someone like Adaeze, had always felt like something that could be taken away.